There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked, as these two are in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Collins with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Hurricanes will put total weather and we'll get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Guys, let's talk here for just a second about Missouri. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Wants to keep it in the air. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Missouri comes to the line with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Missouri comes up with a 1st and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Missouri wants to go fast. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Paul.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Missouri.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Surging forward on the sneak. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down. And come up bankrupt.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Murray. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is totally ready in this situation, too. Because of the field position with the offense backed up, they know they're going to try and run the ball, buy themselves some real estate, but they ain't having it. Lots of bodies in the box, close to the line of scrimmage, and they generate a TFL.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Murray. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Got a little space. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The Canes will punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He gets it away from his own end zone. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. A really disappointing end of that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job of finishing.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Those are the ones you rewind back on tape over and over again when you watch this tape and you go, how did I miss that? He was so open. You have to hit those plays. There's nothing you could say positive about that.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. This time it's complete. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
It is so difficult to play man coverage nowadays with all the space and spread and speed on the field. One false step, and they make you pay just like they did right there.
Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Makes the grab on the left. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
So the offense gets a little bit closer to the goal line after the penalty. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. And the wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. First quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. On the direct snap, it's Terry. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the 4th quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now if this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Arizona State answered the bell away from Tempe today with an impressive victory. The Sun Devils knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. One thing we can always in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. This quarterback part of their running game. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Canes come to the line in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Turning it on! Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. And the Canes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there. Offense gets set for second down.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Picks up the first down. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few. And the Hurricanes are flying down the field.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback will keep it. He's in open space downfield. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28. The Hurricanes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Canes with the 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. On the move. Powers through the defender. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Murray. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They put together an 81-yard drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the right. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Murray. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. The question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
You got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top 15. So, David, as they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend with their talent and play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Murray. He's going for the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Canes!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 10, here he comes. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the catch. It's Terry. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Scrambling away. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds. As long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. There he goes. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. They'll try to run for it. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Under fire. Complete to the left. He's down at the 23-yard line. It's a first down, and they've got to show this urgency.
Well, one of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking downfield very late in the half. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
How about the coverage by the defender on that throw? It was as if he knew where the ball was going to go. He practically ran the route for the wide receiver before swatting it away.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Power football with the run. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be 4th down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires to the right. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Murray. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's third down. Back to throw, it's Blunt. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They put together a pretty good drive the last time they had it, but that fourth down stop kept them from getting anything on the board. Steps away. He'll pull it down and run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able. Hey guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Looking to pass. It's Cummings. Caught over the middle. It's Gallagher. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Missouri gets to the line quickly. On the move, it's Terry. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 3rd. They get off the sack at the 20.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the middle. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Murray. Finding open areas. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Gets the back moving. On the snap, it's Murray. Got enough for the 1st down. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
On the direct snap, it's Murray. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Sends it back in motion. Direct snap, it's Murray. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Across the 45. Line room to the right. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Hurricane. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To the air, it's Cummings. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Finds his man. It's Terry. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. He wants to throw it again. Finds his tight end. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
He unleashes a long one. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Tigers moving quickly to the line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Extending the play. He'll throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Tigers! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
My man, get him the ball. He will do the rest. Catches the football, walks into the end zone. Feed that man the rock.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. Creates a little space. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
And the Canes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. The whole point of a quarterback sneak is to just nudge it forward. How do you lose yards?
I don't know. I wish I had a great analyst answer that could tell you it was because of this, this, and this. That's just really bad.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the 1st down.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop.
Back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss. They completely flip the script, almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Oh, he's got a chance. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Direct snap. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And as a defense, that's all you can ask for. Give the ball back to your offense. Yes, you're still down. You gave them a chance. They got the football. They got some time left. Now can they put a drive together? Maybe go tie this game. Maybe go win this game. Great stop by this defense.
Fires to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Wow, it has been textbook on the back end covered all night long for this defense. Did you see that defender break on the ball? It's like he almost knew where the quarterback was throwing it. You can't do it better than that.
Dropping back, it's Cummings. Throwing right. It's caught downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. It's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
And this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Just keep slinging it. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
Aggressive versus reckless. It's such a fine line when you're trailing and you need to make plays late in the game. The offense was reckless, turned the football over, and this one doesn't look great.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. They'll send the back in motion. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Gets the back moving. Snap to the back. Look out, he's got room. Breaks into the open. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. Oh, better look out. And And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Canes line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Scanning the field, it's Cummings. Plucks it out of the air. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in the groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
Just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play. Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback adapting. Finds a little space. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to throw on first down. He wants to go deep. It's a big stride inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Cummings. Fires into the end zone. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it.